All right, thanks for coming out, everybody. You might not have seen me here. I've been in the back, sitting in the corner. But as I like to say, it's not a party till I'm sitting in the corner, hanging out where the walls meet. What up? I had an interview recently. I was being considered for a position, and this woman, she asked me, she said, you know, Jason, what are some of your strengths? And I said, you know, well, I'd say my main strength is that I know all my weaknesses. So I suppose I could start there, since that's what you're going to ask me. And she said, no, I wasn't going to ask you that. And then I thought about it, and it's like, maybe that wasn't the place for me to do the dishes. Maybe they weren't right for me. Because I'm fine, right? Sometimes I don't like to leave the house, I don't like to go anywhere or do anything, you know? So I ordered food to my house. You guys do this? Yeah. But it's like I don't have a regular house, I just live in the van that's back there. So I just gotta pop the address to whatever address like I'm in front of. But then every time the guy goes to the house with the food and I'm like, hey, that's my food. And he doesn't believe me. What a fucking weirdo, right? The thing is, see, I've only been living in cars for 5 years, so I'm relatively new to the sport. And it's like, I'm Jewish, I'm from New York, I'm supposed to be rich, but some shit got crisscrossed. I'm gonna find this money. For somebody who has it, right? It's the same kind of thing. I didn't always live in cars, just to clear the air, you know? For a brief period of time, I also lived in an abandoned mansion in Malibu. It was quite beautiful, but there was rat shit, right? There was just so much rat shit that was everywhere. I didn't like it. And when I was explaining this to people, I was saying, yeah, you know, it's in Malibu, but there's rat shit everywhere. You know, they thought I was saying that the experience itself was rat shit. And then I went on to explain, and then they thought, you know, oh, surely he's just saying there's rad shit everywhere. The stuff itself is just so rad. But no, just you know, rat shit everywhere. But Malibu is cool. It's basically like 27 miles of scenic rehabilitation centers. Yeah, in New York, people are mean on purpose, and in California, I guess they're nice by accident. I think California is like a group of people looking for a parking spot. Sometimes I'm like, you know, cleaning the solar panels on the roof of my car, and then somebody comes up to me and they say, are you leaving? And it's like, yeah, that's why I'm on the roof of the car. Got a little job I do right now. I'm a server. That's what they call me. Sometimes I walk different spots. But on this one occasion, I had not a full tray, you know. And this woman, it was on a ship. She came after me and she said, you know, sir, why is your tray not full? And I just looked at her and I said, because I'm not that good at this job. And then I dropped some stuff, you know? And then she must have thought, you know, that's an honest man. I want to start my own restaurant. Not because I like people, or places, or things, but my own restaurant, an all-you-can-eat restaurant. I just think that'd be fun. I go up to any table at any time and say, ma'am, that's all you can eat at this restaurant. There's really only one reason I go into a restaurant, and that's to fill up my water jugs, actually. I have a shower in my van. It's actually nice. Isn't it funny that I think it's nice? I have a television though, so it's cool, man. I'll be like watching TV, watching Law and Order. But every time there's someone who's like screaming for their life, you know, screaming for help, and there's people outside the van. I just don't know if they know I'm watching a show, and I feel like I should tell them, you know? I used to drive valet, like I was a valet driver, trusted me with all these crazy cars, but like, I don't spend any money on anything, ever. That's how I became rich. Wouldn't that be funny if this was all an act? It's just like, I'm just trying to get in touch with the common man. On this occasion, though, the guy, he said, the boss gentleman, he said, look, you're going to be driving famous people's cars. Like, that's the truth. Like, I fucking care, okay? I only had white shoes, and the guy said I needed black shoes, so I spray painted my shoes, right? I'm driving Bentleys, I'm driving Teslas, I'm driving Maseratis. I'm just getting a little bit of, because it was raining, so I got some of the paint from my shoe on there. Oh no, who cares about those people in their cars, Sometimes police officers knock on my van and they say things that aren't very nice. They say, sir, you can't sleep in your car here. I always say, judging by the fact that we're having this conversation, I'm awake. I don't think I'm breaking any laws. Now come on in here. Sometimes I think, I should stop living in a car. But also, like, if I was going to adjust to regular life, I'd do that a long, long time ago. One of my favorite hobbies is drinking water. That's where the motherfucking water drinkers are at, right there. All you guys are dehydrated. I was the gentleman that, I made this guy smile the whole time. I made a deal with myself. I'm gonna make that guy smile. Went away quick. Smiling's overrated, and self-love is a man-made phenomenon. How come people say, this is what they do. They say, I just don't like public displays of affection. Yet they go out and practice self-love quite vocally. Like, what a gross miscalculation on their part, You guys don't like yourselves a lot. Don't worry, the good times will pass. The good times will pass. Hey, when you're having an excellent shower and then your phone rings, it kind of ruins everything, throws everything off incredibly. When you're having an excellent shower and your phone rings. For a while, I didn't have that problem because I didn't have a shower. But now I actually have one. It's crazy, man. Just taking showers, doing regular stuff. But I gotta get a 5-gallon pot so I can heat the water. Right? Well, no, the pot holds the water. The heat source has to come from somewhere else. This is what I think. I think time wounds, all heals. It's really expensive to be poor. And where have all the motherfucking municipal spigots gone? Am I right? During the time that we were less socially sophisticated, when there was racism, and I'm not saying we should go back here, but there were actually, in fact, there were 2 spigots. And now there's none, I really hope I'm the guy that Stephen was talking about, drinking the water. I'm a big fan of water with no ice. I think that's the main quality that Asian people like about me, Right? Because are there any people here that are also Asian and also like water with no ice, please? Yeah, for me, I would say, like, after this, I'm just going to make a right and sleep tight, and I think that's good. It's a good pause right there. This is a stool here. It has 4 legs, but in fact, a 3-legged stool is more stable because it's a plane. And people think, you can add another leg and it's more stable, and that's not true. I also really like planes. I would say that, people say, why are you really out there? Why do you look good but live like fucking garbage? What's that about? And it's like, honestly, I'm just out there degentrifying the streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm not done until the rich people are afraid to leave their houses. But my hope is one day I'll be able to fly above all the places that once were sleep spots in my plane. All right, thanks for coming out. Please keep it down. I don't like loud noises.
Nothing in that set was fiction.